academics to sports, parents can unwittingly put their expectations on their children, but that can put stress onto those same kids. Christina Carter with Intuit Parenting joins us now to shift expectations, or really, to better support our kids. I've heard it's okay to have high expectations for your children, but you don't want that to stress them out.
Right, that's right. Yeah, well, we want our kids to be capable, respectful, contributing citizens of society.
Yes.
But overall, it's common for adults to place exceptionally high expectations on the youth in the areas of controlled behavior, concentration, emotion regulation, but also things like achievement, accomplishment, and consistent excelling. Because not only do we want to see our kids do well, but we want to feel like we're doing a good job as parents.
Sure.
Right? But here's the problem. If your child is not recognized for being exceptional in something, it can feel like they are behind, especially nowadays. And if they do fall behind or fall short in something, it can feel like a negative reflection of our parenting, and we don't want that. So what we tend to do is crowd their schedule with enrichment activities to try to compensate, or we use disciplinary tactics like punishments, yelling, and threats to motivate them.
Okay, what about incentivizing, bribing? Like, we do well in this game or on this test, you get ice cream. Is that a good or bad way to go?
We want to intrinsically motivate them as much as possible.
Yes, how do you do that?
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah.
How do we intrinsically motivate them?
Yes, well, I would say one thing is your kids are 100% dependent on you for their regulation until age 25. So they're going to learn from you how to manage stress. So things like, they just are always looking to you. Like if you're always anxious or never take breaks, that's what they learn. So it's really on us to model that for them. I would say another thing is what they can do today, they may not be able to tomorrow. So if they are needing some extra support in something, I think it is helpful for you to show them, like give them, here, this is what's possible for you. If you can show them what's possible, sometimes it's like, hey, I get to experience that thing, and that's really neat. Instead of, hey, let me just work for this extra thing outside of just to please others. That's sort of we don't want that. We want to intrinsically motivate.
You want it to come from the inside, sure, and you want that for, like we talked about, for educational things, for athletic things. You want them to want these things on their own.
Yes.
But is part of it finding what they're interested in and what they're excelling at naturally?
That's definitely. We want to help them connect to what lights them up and what's important to them, because success breeds success. So we want to always meet them with connection and collaboration no matter what they're going through. This way we can help them through together and find something that is going to excite them, and that's going to be more of the intrinsic motivation. Because what happens is, if we are constantly holding such a high expectation for them and it's extrinsic, it can create kids who are anxious or depressed or have panic attacks, are more likely to rebel or constantly seeking validation from others. And we don't want that for our kids.
Right. I mean, if you're setting the bar too high, they're going to constantly feel like they're failing. So how do we as parents recognize that in ourselves and manage those expectations?
Yes, that's right. So we want to definitely make sure we are not always anxious, or we're not always not taking breaks. We want to take care of ourselves and making sure that we're holding a reasonable expectation for ourselves, and that way our kids can notice that, and because they're going to learn from our actions most.
Okay.
So it's important to see that in ourselves, and then we've got to meet them with that connection and the collaboration, working together, because that's what's going to help them feel like they can achieve more when they feel safe and connected to us and seen by us.
Okay, so parents, we got to do some work on us before we set those high expectations for the kids.
It starts with us.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.